Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
So here we are, reading again. Srimad Bhagavatam. You guys must be getting bored of watching us, huh?
We're getting bored of watching us.
Yeah, we're definitely getting bored of watching us, but we're not getting bored of reading Bhagavatam. This is so nice.
Oh, sorry, it's upside down.
If you get bored of reading, just turn it upside down. Okay, so where we be?
Alright, Canto 3, Chapter 24, Text 5.
Text 5.
The renunciation of Kardama Muni.
Okay, yeah. And we're in Russell Square, where Prabhupada used to go for nice walks.
Yeah, he used to go Japa walks here.
This is our local and very nice.
Yeah, it's a bit cold today, mind you, just to discuss the weather.
Yep. So, text 5. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Alright, text 5. Sri Maitreya said Devahuti was fully faithful and respectful towards the direction of her husband, Kardama, who was one of the Prajapatis or generators of human beings in the universe. A great sage, she thus began to worship the Master of the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart. Purport. This is the process of spiritual realization. One has to receive instruction from a bona fide spiritual master. Kardama Muni was Devahuti's husband, but because he instructed her on how to achieve spiritual perfection, he naturally became her spiritual master also. There are many instances wherein the husband becomes the spiritual master. Lord Shiva also is the spiritual master of his consort, Parvati. A husband should be so enlightened that he should become the spiritual master of his wife in order to enlighten her in the advancement of Krishna consciousness. Generally, Stri or woman. Oh, sorry.
I think she's about to prove the point.
That must have made a horrible sound.
Well, what are you doing now?
Sorry.
You don't need
I'm just going to hold it like a reporter. Oh dear.
Yes, dear.
Apologise for this interruption. Alright, a husband should be expert in putting a microphone on. I put that on the first time, by the way. Alright, hold on. Generally,
Stri, not tree.
Stri or woman is less intelligent than man. Therefore, if the husband is intelligent enough, the woman gets a great opportunity for spiritual enlightenment.
What do you have to say?
Well, this is for the masses. It doesn't.
The masses.
There you go.
Oh, the masses. Sorry.
It doesn't mean that a man is overall more intelligent if the woman is the more advanced member of the relationship. Just to put that out there. The advancement, intelligence is the spiritual advancement, and the man could be, whatever, and the woman could be like. So my point is, because people get hung up on this, women are, you're saying women are dumb, or a lot of people do. I mean, but on the spiritual level, it doesn't work like that. Spiritual intelligence is always higher for men and women. That makes sense?
No. Want to try again?
It's talking about mundane.
Okay, so mundane intelligence. This isn't materialistic intelligence, like I have a PhD, or I know more about science, or I know more about this or that.
Because you may have a PhD.
You're talking about so then basically we're saying generally women are less spiritually intelligent than men. Is that what you
They
said?
could be, yeah. Or they could not be.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Okay, that's the main point.
That is the point, yes.
That it's not an absolute thing.
Yeah.
And that's why it says generally.
Yeah. And the point is the husband might have a PhD and be a professor in bookkeeping or something, but the wife may be the one that's trying 4 rounds and be like, yeah, you know, and learning and progressing, and that would put her on a higher level because she's going beyond mundane matter and the body and understanding something higher beyond PhD bookkeeping.
Okay, interesting points. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here it is clearly said, Samyak Shradaya, that with great faith one should receive knowledge from the spiritual master, and with great faith execute the performance of service. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary on the Gita has especially stressed the instruction of the spiritual master. One should accept the instruction of the spiritual master as one's life and soul. That's from the Vyavasayatmika Buddhir verse. Whether one is liberated or not liberated, one should execute the instructions of the spiritual master with great faith. It is also stated that the Lord is situated in everyone's heart. One does not have to seek the Lord outside. He is already there. One simply has to concentrate on one's worship in good faith as instructed by the bona fide spiritual master, and one's efforts will come out successfully. It is also clear that the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not appear as an ordinary child. He appears as he is, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. He appears by his own internal potency, Atmamayaya. And how does he appear? He appears when pleased by the worship of a devotee. A devotee may ask the Lord to appear as her son. The Lord is already sitting within the heart, and if he comes out from the body of a devotee, it does not mean that the particular woman becomes his mother in the material sense. He is always there, but in order to please his devotee, he appears as her son. It's a bit, I don't know, lost me a bit in that one. Any thoughts?
Why?
Yeah, sure. Any thoughts?
Yeah, the Lord appears to please the devotees. So it doesn't mean that Devahuti is his mum. He's got no mum.
Sounds like a sad story coming.
So that's what I understood.
Okay, yeah. So he's unborn. He really has no mother, but he appears in this world just for the pleasure of his devotees, and accepts a mom, but she's not really his mom. It's just
Not really.
okay. Gotcha. Next.
Alright, let's move on. Text 6. After many, many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudan, the killer of the demon Madhu, having entered the semen of Kardama, appeared in Devahuti, just as fire comes from wood in a sacrifice.
Swaha.
So this is after many, many years. It wasn't that she said, I want a son, and he said, here you go, and then he left.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this all has taken place over many, many years. I guess I don't know if they're in Satya Yuga
I don't know.
or Treta
Do you know,
Yuga.
viewers out there?
Do you? If you do, put it in the comments. Has anyone been commenting anything that we asked
Absolutely.
about?
Yes.
Oh, she never informs me.
Whatever.
Never informs me.
Whatever. Dawn Nicholson, Shriji, Devi Gopi, and lots of people.
I'm going to start looking and commenting back as well.
Okay.
Okay, anyway,
it is clearly stated here that the Lord
the point being, which I wasn't finished, is that whichever yuga, it's not Kali Yuga, and it's likely not Treta or Dwapara Yuga either. So it's probably Satya Yuga or Treta Yuga, which means that there's people live much longer lives, which means the experience of time is also probably, when like the thing I noticed when I came to England, being from America, being a Yakunduga then, was that the English, whenever we'd be like ready to go somewhere, okay, let's go, we're ready to go, let's go. And then everyone would say, oh, put the kettle on, let's have a cup of tea. I'd be like, cup of tea, what? It's like, we're ready to go. No, let's just have a cup of tea before we go. And it's like, okay. So, it's like that. It must be like that in other yugas, It's like, okay, yeah, let's have a sun. Yeah, just give us a minute. And it's like many, many years later, So it's like, that was an important point I wanted to make. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, what I think is interesting, we haven't actually got into the purport yet, but we seem to be giving our own purports, is that my understanding was it says after many, many years the Supreme Lord appeared. So my understanding was that the same way in our own devotional practice, you have to cultivate the heart, purify our mind, our senses, chanting, reading, association, and then the fruit, the rasa, the taste is there. Because when the girls appeared, no offense to the girls, but the way it's written, it's like they had some sense verification, and they're just but you can't just think, oh yeah, so I'll give birth to God. And she had to prepare her heart and mind, and it says in the previous verse, therefore following the instructions of her husband, she was worshipping the Supreme Lord. And then when she was ready, like a vessel that was qualified for the Lord to appear, he did.
Very nice.
That's how I read it.
That's awesome. I have so much appreciation for that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Let's see what Prabhupada says.
Yeah, you just read it, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, let's see what Prabhupada says.
You might match with what I said.
Yeah.
I didn't read it.
No problem, read it please.
Prabhupada, it's clearly stated here that the Lord is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although he appeared as a son of Kadma Muni. Fire is always present in wood, but by a certain process, fire is kindled. Similarly, God is all-pervading. He is everywhere. And since he may come out from everything, he appeared in his devotee semen. Just as an ordinary living entity takes his birth by taking shelter of the semen of a certain living entity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts the shelter of the semen of his devotee and comes out as his son. This manifests his full independence to act in any way, and it does not mean that he is an ordinary living entity forced to take birth in a certain type of womb. Lord Nrsimhadev appeared from the pillar of Hiranyakashipu's palace. Lord Varaha appeared from the nostril of Brahma, and Lord Kapila appeared from the semen of Kadma. But this does not mean that the nostril of Brahma, or the pillar of Hiranyakashipu's palace, or the semen of Kadma Muni is the source of the appearance of the Lord. The Lord is always the Lord. Bhagavan Madhusudana. That's very English, wasn't it?
What?
Bhagavan Madhusudana. I was trying to say it in an accent.
Bhagavan Madhusudan. It's like a rhyme.
He is the killer of all kinds of demons, and he always remains the Lord, even if he appears as the son of a particular devotee. The word cardamom is significant, for it indicates that the Lord had some devotional affection or relationship in devotional service with Kardama and Devahuti. But we should not mistakenly understand that he was born just like an ordinary living entity from the semen of Kadma Muni in the womb of Devahuti. So this point Prabhupada is stressing is very important, clearly, because people misunderstand these things, that just because the Lord appeared in that normal fashion, it doesn't mean he's a normal person. That's the point.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, he's God, so he can appear in a pillar, he can appear out the nostril of Brahma, like you do.
Yeah.
He can be a turtle,
Yeah.
a fish. Matsya, Kurma, the turtle.
What else? He can be anything he likes.
Yeah. So, but it's important because he chose to appear, because when he appeared as Krishna, my understanding was he didn't appear like that, or am I wrong?
Didn't appear like what?
In the normal fashion. Did
well,
he?
He manifested his form
yeah, and
initially.
But yes, and he didn't. Yeah, he appeared. I'm saying, like here, it seems that she gave birth to him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a little bit unclear in Krishna book. It doesn't, anyway, he appeared. Either way, he appeared because he isn't actually born from anyone's womb, as it's saying here. So.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. See old Bill, mate.
Oh, Bill. Oh my goodness. We're going down to the donut shop.
Krishna. Text number 7. At the time of his descent on earth, demigods in the form of...
hold on. That's Rob, isn't it? Sorry, Rob.
It's Rod, isn't it?
Rod.
I think so,
Yeah, sorry. It's just someone we know.
Okay. At the time of his descent on earth, demigods in the form of raining clouds sounded musical instruments in the sky. The celestial musicians, the Gandharvas, sang the glories of the Lord, while celestial dancing girls, known as apsaras, danced in joyful ecstasy. Had a right party, didn't they? At the time of the Lord's appearance, the demigods, flying freely in the sky, showered flowers, all the directions, all the waters, and everyone's mind became very satisfied. Purport. It is learned herewith that in the higher sky, there are living entities who can travel through the air without being hampered. Although we can travel in outer space, we are hampered by so many impediments, but they are not. We learn from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam that the inhabitants of the planet called Siddhaloka can travel in space from one planet to another without impediment. They showered flowers on the earth when Lord Kapila, the son of Kardama, appeared. There you go. Interesting, very, very interesting.
Why is it interesting?
I don't know, just said it.
Okay, so everyone's having a party.
Having a party because Lord is appearing.
Alright, text 9. Brahma, the firstborn living being, went along with Marichi and other sages to the place of Kardama's hermitage, which was surrounded by the river Saraswati. Purport. Brahma is called Swayambhu because he is not born of any material father and mother. He is the first living creature, and he is born from the lotus which grows from the abdomen of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbod Akshay Vishnu. Therefore, he is called Swayambhu, self-born.
Swayambhu.
Okay.
Another name for Lord Brahma. Okay.
We're going to end there.
We're going to end there.
It's a bit cold.
Thank you all very much.
Yes.
Please continue to read Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Be inspired in your spiritual life.
Yes.
Get the nourishment you need.
Yeah.
And stay vaccinated against the material energy by reading.
Yes, this is not an advert for the vaccine. This is an advert for the spiritual vaccine.
Yes. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Bye-bye.